Hey guys, DbdKmp here. Bit of an update before I go to the video, or rather the game itself. Anyway, before we go to actually go in there. But anyway, um, you see this Nintendo 64, PlayStation 1, GBA, NES, Sega, Neo Geo. Some of these will be the things I will be getting into. PlayStation 1, not so much. I'm just not gonna do those. I may venture out into those if they are something that I can do. But right now, I want to focus on the Nintendo saga and continue on. There is a game. It's called Altered Beast. Oh, let's forget the name, because anyway, No Game No Life is on right now. I'm on season 1, episode 3, expert. And anyway, this will be the thing. Now, before we continue on, I would like to get into NS. And then I want to venture on to Nintendo 64. I mean, I'm kind of going a little bit. I'm already ahead and I'm doing Super NES because that's where I started instead of NES. I've been where I played NES, but I've never actually been where I started with NES officially owning it with the games and stuff. But then eventually I did. So, and then I want to go to the Nintendo 64 because I did that. But I want to venture in as well into. I want to continue with Super NES. There will be games I probably won't be able to do, depending on whether or not they're available for me to get. I'm gonna have to buy some of them, and I will. So like when it comes to NES, there's a few of them I do own, and I will do GBC or whatever. Actually, Game Boy Advance. I won't be doing some games because, well, unless of course they have anything to do with the older versions. Actually, you know what? I will do them anyway. But let's move on. So, the Neo Geo, I never played those. Played Sega. Yeah. There's going to be some Sega games, maybe. Maybe not. But depends on whether or not I can play Sonic. I might get into Sonic. I don't know. Again, I might not. Depends on whether or not I can actually do Sega without being flagged for copyright issues, which I think it's still a thing, but either way, what I want to do actually is before I get into NES, I want to do some other games on the Super NES that will be replacing those before I go into that, because I mean the next one I will be going to is another Zelda game, but not right away. There's some other games I like that are favorited, and they will be replacing it, as well as Mystic Quest. Mystic Quest will be replaced by some other games that will follow. I don't have a set 3 game deal unless I do something that's completely off the clock is on PC. Once we get a computer, obviously, me and the Black King, because we can share it. We don't need separate PCs. We just don't. We can use the same PC, and he can use that for whenever he wants to record, and I can too. But right now, the Black King's taking a break. All I do is to catch up with him. He's got a lot up there. He needs to start posting, and he will. Either way, I will see you when I see you. So, you know those guys that come in here with the arrows, stuff like that? Sometimes they're really stupid. They're not like the soldiers. Once they see you, they don't stop unless you've gone far enough away. It's like you can be right as close up as you can be. They don't. They just like completely ignore you. It's like, duh, duh. Well, except without walking around. They'll move their head, and then they do move some walking around. Sometimes you can get a bomb there, but I'm not worried about bombs. Anyway, I'll see you a little bit. There's something important about this, being in this area right here. You might not recognize it, but there was a blue soldier here. He doesn't always show up on screen sometimes if you're off on screen on another part of it. But anyway, I just got to get a ferry that's ready. That will change. I think the bees, I'm not sure. But he's going to change too. It's actually going to be where he's been replaced. So, anyway, I'm just doing one more episode of this, and I just wanted to show you that. There's something else I want to show in another episode about these little critters right here that we'll be able to soon bypass and get what we need from them, even though that we can't do it right now. But yeah, from what I've heard, so I'm gonna be trying that out. Anyway, I'll see you in a little bit. Double toil and trouble, firebird and cold and bubble. I'm coming. My king mushroom brew, comma, I am. I think she about says the same thing no matter what. Just like, no matter what time you're in the game. And, this one will say the same thing too. But either way, see you later. This is what happens when you do this. Without enough rupees. I'm sorry, but you don't seem to have enough rupees. Okay, well, I'm obviously going to come back and after I get some rupees and, basically buy this. See you momentarily. I should also point out that there will be changing in soldiers here, and this one dude up here, he appears a little bit later too with another friend of his, but he gets replaced in here at one point or another, where he's not there. Anyway. That guy with the spear in his hand right there. Yeah, let's go ahead and fight him now. Apparently you can get that from them. So, I don't recommend always fighting them, but you'll have to fight them at some point or another. Anyway, see you a little bit. So, yeah, it's important that you note here that you can actually start farming this if you want to. But I wouldn't do it from the other side until a little bit later. Actually, I wouldn't do it at all. I mean, from up there. See, it's important to note there that you can actually sometimes find things and they're not always. Just like here, you can find things, but in case you run out of stuff, Darn. And darn it. Darn again. Anyway. I'll go more how to get magic and bombs later, because you run out of them besides here, because there's other plenty of places to get them. But anyway, see you momentarily. Now, it's important to note that there is another dude like that rock guy that throws out rupees. Well, he'll do the same thing. Him right here. Dear God. Okay. Okay. Anyway, it doesn't matter which way you actually go through here. Either way, this is where we're supposed to be. But first, I'll meet you right back at the entrance. The house of lumberjacks, A. Bumpkin and B. Bumpkin. Okay, so at this point, you're gonna be careful, but you still will run into that. Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot I was gonna go buy me something. Be back momentarily. Also, to point out those guys that flop around and give you coins or rupees, I mean, they can sometimes pop out of here when you lift up this rock. Not always, but either way. Now, you might be wondering why I'm here. I'm actually back at the castle. And no, I haven't done anything significant. But we will be here in another episode. But we need a magical item that we wouldn't be able to get to right now anyway. But in the randomizer, you can. I didn't know that you could do this without it. It's an item we need to destroy that with. Oh, we can still ultimately do it anyway. Anyway, you can bypass it. But in the randomizer, you have an option to get past it anyway without a certain item. This is what I was talking about. So, anyway, later. You also might want to pay attention to these soldiers. There's going to be a change in lineup here, too, pretty soon here. Alright. Yeah, that includes these guys as well. These guys will be changing, too. But there will also be an addition. Okay. Okay, so this is where we need to be. Specifically, if you remember it is. I try to get in here without being touched. But this is what you're supposed to do anyway, so. The hero terms and blah 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 blah. Keeping the knight's line true. Of course. If you get to this point, you know, without damaged hearts, don't worry about it. So here we go. Dun, dun, dun. Yeah! We did it. Suddenly, Sahara contacts you telepathically. DbdKmp is extraordinary that you won the Master Sword. That makes evil retreat. With this shining sword, I believe you can deflect the buzzard's evil powers. Period. The destiny of this land is in your hands. Period. Please, DbdKmp. Would you look at that? We have a sword 2, which is actually the Master Sword. And we are much more powerful now. Sadly not as powerful as the next upgrades, but we'll go there later. DbdKmp, help! The soldiers are coming to Sanctuary. And no matter what we do, we're going to be late anyway. See that? Much more powerful. One hit kills. sadly not true for all enemies. There are still enemies we still cannot defeat, but we'll go more over that later. Yep. And of course, he says the same thing. Alright, I'll meet you momentarily. I should point out, though, that it did not change. So, what we're gonna do here. Yeah, that didn't change yet either. And there's also sometimes with the soldiers go like this. Well, you get the idea. You will see it, though. That's still the same. You were a second too late. I felt. Did not sell the abducted her, period. They have taken her to the castle, period. You must find her before the wizard works his magic, please. You are only. Well. Now, we have no way to heal ourselves. Actually, that's not true. We have 2 ways now left to us. But either way, I will see you in the next episode of DbdKmp Plays Legend of Zelda, A Link to the Past. And this is where we will end it here, and I will meet you back to where we need to go. Later.